All right, Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakodash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures, and salutations to you, Akim, across the world, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. And basically, this is going to be another quick lesson, through the Spirit. And, basically, I want us to go into a couple things, man. This time that we're living in, isn't to be taken lightly because it's a very spiritual time in history, according to the scriptures. All right, it's very important things taking place. All right, that's why you see men out on the highways and byways trying to warn our people of the coming destruction. All right, of the things that are to come in the future. All right, that's what the prophets have always been set up to do. But this is actually something that is, how do you say that? This is something that is very important, and it is a part of the history of the Bible, man. The awakening of the Israelites, man. Okay, because the Lord said that He will loosen. All right, He will loose the prisoners. Excuse me. And who are the prisoners? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So that's what the Lord's coming to do. He's coming to loose us from this captivity. He's sending His Son, man. But first, we're getting this truth back. This is a sign that He is coming to loosen, all right, the prisoners, all right, His people in these last days, all right, according to the prophecies. And you see men on the highways and byways declaring the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, and they're telling our people what the Lord is coming to do, and that our people should get right and hearken, all right, and get into the scriptures and reform themselves and reconnect with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Why? Because that's going to give you a ticket out of this place, man. Okay, because destruction is coming, and the only way out of this destruction is through the Lord in those chariots that they're starting to see and identify as UFOs, but we know them as the chariots of Israel. All right, this is Psalms 102. This is Psalms 102 and 16. It says, when Yahweh shall build up Zion, He shall appear in His glory. So that's what's coming, man. So He's building His people up now through the Spirit, through the prophets. All right, going out to the highways and byways and teaching our people, trying to teach whichever of our people comes to this truth, because those are going to be the elect. Those are going to be the new established. Those are going to be the people, Lord willing, to establish the new Jerusalem, man, that are going to get new bodies, going to live in a newly built land under the Lord. That's spoken of throughout the scriptures. That's that remnant, and that's who the Lord is coming to get and loosen. Okay? But now we're living in a time where the world is experiencing the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They're experiencing, all right, the truth of the Bible. Okay? They're experiencing the glory of the Lord, Yahweh, come back to the planet by way of this truth. And then the Lord's going to physically come, as the prophecy says, man. Psalms 102 and 16, when the Lord shall build up Zion, He shall appear in His glory. He will regard the prayer of the destitute and not despise their prayer. The poor and destitute are the Israelites. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, those are the seed of Israel. Okay? The names that they go by today are bywords, and that is according to the prophecy as well. That would happen in the last days. Okay? But now they're receiving the truth again. All right, which is going to result in the building of Zion. That's what's taking place through the Spirit. The Lord said He will set them in order before the eyes of the enemy, man, before your eyes, which He's talking to the enemy. All of our enemies, He's setting us in order. You got our men coming back to the fact that they're Israelites, they're leaving the church. You got some of our women coming back to that fact, man. The whole vibration is the vibration of Israel. You can go up to any random person now and ask if you heard about the Israelites, and they've heard about the Israelites. And people are continuously still, all right, doing wickedness. But that's why the Lord has that remnant that He's going to loose. Okay, He's going to first loose through the mind, that prison in the mind of not knowing who they are, and then He's going to send His Son to gather all those people, all right, and loose them from the prison, man. Okay? It says, he will regard the prayer of the destitute and not despise their prayer. This shall be written for the generation to come. And the people which shall be created shall praise Yahweh. That's what's happening. The generation to come has came. We are living in that generation that is speaking of here. Okay? And it says, and the people which shall be created shall praise Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And that's what's taking place. We're praising the true names of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? That's why the other nations are like, who are they praising? Whose name is that? What God is that? It's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yahweh, which means he is. Ba'ashem, which means in the name. Yahushai, which means he is the Savior. He delivers. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. His real name is Yahushai. So these names are coming back into the earth, man. Okay, Psalms 102, all right, and 19. For he hath looked down from the height of his sanctuary. Who is that? Yahweh, the Most High. From heaven did Yahweh behold the earth. That's what he's doing. That's why you see the chariots. Okay, that's why you see the uproars of the people. You see the earthquakes around the world. Because the Lord is orchestrating all these things. Why? Because he's looking down from his sanctuary, which is in heaven. And he's beholding the earth. That's why it says the eyes of Yahweh are upon this sinful kingdom. His eyes are the angels in those chariots that they're seeing. So the Lord is beholding this earth and he's looking at his people that are destitute. And what's happening? Psalms 102 and 20, to hear the groaning of the prisoner, to loose those that are appointed to death, to declare the name of Yahweh in Zion and his praise in Jerusalem. And that's what we've been loosed to do. To declare the name of the Lord Yahweh in Zion amongst our people, whether they hear or forbear, and his praise in Jerusalem. When the people are gathered together in the kingdoms to serve Yahweh. So we're going into that time where the earth is about to serve the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He's about to come back down here into his footstool. All right. And he's going to gather together. It says when the people are gathered together in the kingdoms to serve the Lord. That's what's taking place. Our people are gathering together, that remnant. All right. The other nations are gathering together to have ill will against us. Ultimately, but they're gonna be destroyed, and they're gonna ultimately serve the Most High when he comes down here in those chariots, man. All right, it tells you in the scriptures, the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's this truth. That's his name, and when he comes in his glory, everybody's gonna bow. All knees shall bow, man. That's why this truth is coming out. That's why we're trying to get our people right, man. But a lot of the times they won't take heed. Because they can't see it. But what's happening right now is they're being loosed spiritually by way of this truth. Okay? This is, let me get this real quick. This is Psalms 146. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just grab it. And this is all through the Spirit, by the way. This is Psalms 146, chapter 146. And 1, it says, praise ye Yahweh, praise the Lord, O my soul. While I live, will I praise Yahweh. So if you found this truth, you're supposed to now praise Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai all the time. Pray to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai all the time. Why? So this knowledge could increase upon the earth. Therefore, the Lord will return quicker and quicker. That's what the scriptures has been telling us this whole time, man. The Lord has never forsaken his people. That's why he's going to loosen them from this captivity we've been in for over 500 years, man. That's why the people that are hearing this truth, the enemies, the ease, and the other heathens, they're afraid because this is a miracle, man. Yahweh is loosening the prisoners from this captivity, man, and it's first started through the Spirit, man. Us finding out that we are the gods of the earth. We are the kings of the earth. We are the royalty of the earth. We are the best people and the most we are the most beneficially created people on the earth. We are the people of the Lord. We are the Israelites, man. All prophecy points to us waking up in these last days, and with that awakening is the return of the Lord. All right, and his glory to come to the earth. Psalms 146 and 2, while I live, will I praise Yahweh. I will sing praises unto my God while I have any being. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. His breath goeth forth, he returneth to his earth. See, he returneth to his earth. In that day his thoughts shall perish. Happy is he that hath the Most High of Jacob for his help. So we're supposed to trust in the Lord and not man, because a man is gonna die. A man is not the Most High. So the Lord is saying, trust in me. Okay? And you're gonna be happy because it says it here. It says, Psalms 146:5, happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help. It tells you in Isaiah the 41st chapter, that I will help thee, thou worm Jacob. Okay, I will save thee from afar. So the Lord is going to come with them chariots, all right, which are the UFOs that they're seeing, to save Israel, to save the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are simultaneously waking up while he's showing himself to the heathen nations around the world, man. That's why we are happy. Why? Because we have the God of Jacob for our help, like it says here. And that's what our hope is in. Psalms 146:5. So although you catch hell, you have to experience these demonic ass people. You have to live around these demonic ass people. You have to work, be a slave. You have to beat your soul down, but it's a part of the chastening of the Lord, because it's making you harder. It's showing you the Lord is putting you through trials and tribulations because you're his son. But through all that, it shouldn't make your faith fail. It shouldn't make any of that fail your understanding. Okay? Why? Because you should be happy that you have the God of Jacob for your help when the time of judgment comes. All these other people don't have that, so let them have this world, man. Okay? Our faith and our happiness is in the Lord no matter what we go through, man. Psalms 147:5, happy because we know the ending of the story. The ending of the story is the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua coming back. Psalms 146:5, happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in Yahweh his God. That's what our hope is in, which made heaven and earth. So everything we see, everything he sees, everything the heathen sees, the waters, the mountains, the volcanoes they go vacation and take vacations to, all these tropical islands, it belongs to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. He has created it. The stars, the planets that they want to go to so desperately. The Lord, Yahweh, our God, the God of Jacob, for our help, has made those things, man. You see? We are the people of the Lord. Psalms 146:5, happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in the Lord, Yahweh his God, which made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that therein is, which keepeth truth forever, which executeth judgment for the oppressed, which is what he's going to do. Who's the most oppressed nation on the earth? The nation of Israel. First fired, last hired, or last hired, first fired, excuse me. All right, living from paycheck to paycheck, peeing at the bottom, we've had our identity taken from us, which are these scriptures and the history of our forefathers. You see, we are the oppressed that the Lord Yahweh is coming back to loosen in this time to execute judgment for, man. Psalms 146:7, which executed judgment for the oppressed, which giveth food to the hungry, Yahweh looseth the prisoners. So the Lord, this is all of the Lord's doings, man. Taking us out of the brainwashing of this system and this society through the Spirit, by his Spirit, man. The earnest down payment of the Spirit to understand what the end of this is, man. The Lord returning. Let's read it. Psalms 146:8. The Lord openeth, Yahweh openeth the eyes of the blind. So the Most High, if you understand this truth, that means the Most High opened your eyes, man. Okay, because what? How were we blind? We didn't know who we were. We didn't know we were the 12 tribes of Israel. We didn't know what the end of this would be. We didn't know we have a Savior being sent for us. And a great one, it says in the scriptures, that's going to execute judgment for us. We didn't know this because we were blind, but what? Who woke us up? Who opened our eyes? The Lord. It says it here, Psalms 146:8. Yahweh openeth the eyes of the blind. Yahweh raiseth them that are bowed down. That's us. He's raising us up through the Spirit over these people, although we don't have anything, man. We can confound everybody through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, we were bound down, but the Lord raised us up by giving us this truth. All right, so that we can possibly be saved, man, when he returns and executes judgment upon the whole earth. Psalms 146:8, the Lord openeth the eyes of the blind, the Lord raiseth them that are bowed down. Yahweh loveth the righteous. Yahweh preserveth the strangers. He relieveth the fatherless and widow, but the way of the wicked he turneth upside down, which is what's going to happen to Eve. As we wake up and he relieves us and preserves us, all people that are doing wickedness and that are going contrary to these scriptures that have been their whole life, he's going to turn their way upside down. And the main culprit of that is E. So the Lord is going to turn the way of the wicked upside down. So they're going to perish and they're going to start bugging out. They're going to start catching hell, not knowing what to do. And that's what you get, because the Lord, the Lord is not a man. The Lord is not mocked, as it says in Galatians, the 6th chapter, man. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. If you're reaping nothing but, if you're sowing nothing but wickedness and being a nigga and being a whore or just being a heathen, being E, you're going to reap destruction. You're going to reap the same things that you've done your whole life, man. He's going to turn the ways of the wicked upside down, man. This is Psalms 146:10. Yahweh shall reign forever, even thy God, O Zion, unto all generations. Praise ye Yahweh. So the Lord is going to rule after this time forever, because the earth is never going to get like this again, man. Okay? The Lord's going to come down and loose the prisoners, all right, which are his people, and he's going to rule for all generations, as it says, man. And it's happening first by way of this truth. All right, bear with me 1 second. This is Psalms chapter 12, verse 5. For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith Yahweh. See? So these words were written way before this time, man. Speaking on this time. It's called prophecy. Okay? Now that this truth is coming out, the Lord said he's going to arise. We're telling these people of the world that the Lord is about to make a glorious entrance into this realm. All right? To loose the prisoners. But the world is not understanding us. All right? Because the world can't understand the wisdom of the Most High. Because the world doesn't know the Most High. It tells you that in the scriptures. That's why the Lord said, I'm going to come like a thief in the night. Who is he going to come like a thief in the night on? These people. Because they're not watching. The Lord told us to watch and pray. That's how we're going to be found to be so doing, man. As the scripture says, as if we continue to watch, do our lessons, continue to pray, continue to study, continue to teach, to continue to wake our people up. You keep yourself awake and alive like that, man. Okay? Because it gives you that aspect of seeing that our people are lost. Therefore, you go teach them that they might be found and loosed. All these things you're going to be doing are going to be what the Lord wants to find us doing, and when he returns, man. Everybody else, he's going to come like a thief in the night upon, and they're going to be found in their wickedness, man. Okay? This is all coming with the loosening of the prisoners, man, which is his people. Because we're definitely prisoners in this place. We got to work a 9 to 5. We got to work a job where we're still broke. Sometimes brothers work 2 or 3 jobs and still be broke. Okay? That's why the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is coming to loose the prisoners. This is a jail cell for us. This is a prison for us. This is bondage for us. That's why it says in Deuteronomy 28, ye shall go into Egypt again with ships, and no man shall redeem you. And there shall he be sold for bondmen and bondwomen, which means slave man and slave woman. And we are still in that condition today, just without the chains. That's why you have the instances where you work 2 or 3 jobs and you still broke. You are a prisoner. And the Lord, we have to trust in the God of Jacob, which is our God, Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai, to come save us. That's all we have. But he said he's a man, he is not a man and he should lie. So all written throughout the scriptures is the return of his glorious return, excuse me. And they're starting to see the UFOs, they're starting to see, which are the chariots. They're starting to see the so-called natural disasters heighten according to the scriptures. All of these things point at the Lord's return. Okay, back into this realm. The Lord said, I'm a God that hideth myself, but he's not about to hide himself anymore in this time. Psalms 12:5, for the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, which are the Israelites. Now will I arise, saith Yahweh, I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. So the Lord is going to save us from our enemies, whether they try to come down on us, whether all the other nations try to come against us, or the Lord. The Most High is going to set his people in safety from him that puffeth at him. The words of Yahweh are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Thou shalt keep them, O Yahweh, thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. Okay, so that's why the world can't receive this truth that's coming out in this time, because it's reserved. The truth is reserved from this generation forever. They're never going to get this truth, this generation. Because this wicked generation has been before doing the same wicked shit. Okay? But ultimately now the Lord is going to redeem his people out of this place. Let me get that. And I'm going to get on out of here. We're about to get redeemed. With this truth spreading and spreading, as this truth spreads and spreads, that just signifies the Lord's truth, saying that this word shall be taught to the 4 corners of the earth, roughly paraphrasing. Which is another part of the prophecy, which is going to usher in the Lord's return, man. Then shall the end come, as it says. This is, bear with me 1 second. This is Jeremiah 15. Jeremiah 15:21. And I will deliver thee out of the hand of the wicked, and I will redeem thee out of the hand of the terrible. And that's what the Lord is coming to do when he loosens the prisoners. Just like during the time of Egypt, he took us out of Egypt with them chariots, Yahweh Shai, being that angel that guided us, man, in a huge chariot. Okay? That's that pillar of a cloud by day and fire by night. That's talk about the chariots. And that's going to be the same thing that happens to lead us out of this time, but it's going to be more glorious this time. This is the second Egypt that we've been put into. It tells you that in Revelations. But ultimately, the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, by way of this truth coming out, this is a signal to the world that he is about to return by way of the prophet speaking and teaching his word and awakening their people, man. We are going to be delivered out of this place by way of the Lord. That's why it says, happy is he whose trust is in the God of Jacob, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Jeremiah 15:21. And I will deliver, the Lord, and I will deliver thee out of the hand of the wicked, and I will redeem thee out of the hand of the terrible. The Most High is going to deliver and redeem his people. I would redeem. That's why it says in, Deuteronomy 28:68, no man shall buy you. You go into that word buy is redeemed. That's why we haven't been taken out of this condition. That's why nobody's helped us. Because we're waiting for the Lord to deliver us with a glorious deliverance. No man shall buy you, it says in Deuteronomy 28:68. No man, no man of our nation. That's why we've had Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all these different leaders, false leaders, try to stand up for the Israelites, so-called black men. And you've had your men of the Northern Kingdom, of the Latino tribes. You've had different chiefs of the Native Americans, so-called. But they were never able to get us out of this condition because the curse says no man shall redeem you. That's why the Most High is going to send his son. That's why the Lord said, when I return, I shall not meet thee as a man, because that's who's coming to redeem us, man. the glorious Yahweh, the Son of the Most High. Jeremiah 15:21, and I will deliver thee out of the hand of the wicked. And ultimately, this all started with this truth, man. The ending of this faith is our redemption, man. Jeremiah 15:21, and I will deliver thee out of the hand of the wicked, and I will redeem thee out of the hand of the terrible. So the Lord is going to redeem us and loose us from the prison that we've been in for over 500 years, man. Lord willing, those edifying call, Allah Yum La Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Akakodash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures. Citations to you, Akim, across the world, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. Shalom and Abba Babal.